Okay, blue is the color. Football is the game. We're all together. Winning is the way to cheer us in the sun and rain. Because Chelsea is our name.
Well, I don't think he even knows I've got that. Anyway, we are back again, and we've all been. The reason we were late is we were all praying for Madrid. So apologies for the lateness. We were all in church praying for Madrid, and I can't see any reason why we don't walk straight through them. If I'm honest, I mean they're absolutely rubbish according to our fan base. So easy victory, lads. Easy victory. Jezza, happy Monday. How are you, mate?
All good, mate. All good. Yeah. Not so great the football at the weekend. Let's be honest. We'll talk about that, I'm sure. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying the sunshine over here in the sunny UK. It's nice, but still not quite there yet. But it's getting there, which is good. And we're going to walk through Madrid. I don't know what people have been smoking or drinking or eating. I have no idea, but I can't see it myself.
Nah, same. DJ, how's your Monday going, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Yeah, nice and sunny, and done a few things today. So went on a nice little cycle ride and done bits and pieces. Looking forward to the game tomorrow night. It's going to be a walkover, right? I mean, Madrid are conceding goals, and they're awful, aren't they? I mean, should be easy tomorrow. No, in all seriousness, it's going to be a fascinating game. Looking forward to it, and I'm very open-minded, shall I say, my friend? Very open-minded.
Yeah, man. Matty, happy Monday, man. Hopefully you will. That's a fine.
Yeah, somebody's at my front door. Let me go.
We'll go to Kenny then. Happy Monday, Kenny. How are you, mate? You're on mute, mate.
As you well know, I'm not one for agendas, he says, but thankfully, members of the public, the British people from all corners of the world, will you now accept the Premiership is not the best in the world? Because finally, Gary Neville has been saying what I've been saying all season about the style of play in this country, about how we play, and everyone plays the same way, and that it's a nice sort of watch. And all I can say right now, exclusively on your show, the sooner Mick Arteta, Pep Guardiola, and Miguel Almiron jog on and leave our game, the better. I want our game back. I want football back the way I know it and the way I love it. Not this condensed, inverted wingers, inverted fullbacks, low block, no frills, pile of shit that I watch every week. I'm fed up, had enough. And it's not just at Arsenal, it's every game now. Even in the third tier, they're all playing out the back and they're all trying to invert. Oh, please just stop this eyesore. Pep, just go. Don't retire now. Just leave now. And take your crappy football with you, Pep. You're a football killer. You're a destroyer. You're not a great manager. You're a poisoner of panache.
There you go. Kenny's come out fighting in round one. Look at that. Me personally, Kenny and lads, I don't think it's his fault. I think it's all the people trying to copy him. He's got his style of play. It's worked for him. He's won loads of trophies. I think it's everyone else just trying to be Pep. And I think that's the problem with it. Everyone's trying to do exactly what he's doing, and they're not Pep.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
And haven't got the squads that Pep's had over the years to do it with. They've got they're bang average players trying to play the way Man City's played over the last few years, and it looks awful.
Right. Marius,
they've killed it.
Marius, you say, why is it Pep's fault? Well, I'm sorry. You name me a player with panache who's thrived in Pep's systems in the last since 2008. What happened when he went to Barcelona? He got rid of Deco, Ronaldinho, who is a goat of all goats, and he marginalised Sam Eto'o, who's probably one of the most natural gifted centre forwards in world football. and then he replaced it with a system-based football. And before you say Messi, yeah, he's an exception. And before you say Haaland, he's an exception. But what about Ibrahimovic? What happened there? Look what he did to Bayern Munich, a team that was playing excellent football and Heinkens, and they became robotic until they finally ripped the handbook up and started playing Bayern Munich football. And look what we're seeing in Italian football. Let's talk about Capello, what he says about Pep's influence in Italian football. He's got a story to tell. So please, Marius, stop looking at success at Man City. Stop, saying, well, he created Lionel Messi. No, he did not create Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi was an exception to Pep. He was in spite of Pep, just like Haaland's in spite of Pep. Before Haaland came, look what he did to Aguero. Aguero! Didn't hear that after Pep got his hands in him, did you? So, Marius, calm down.
Yeah. He's quite right, though, to the point. My local team won a cup last year, the Sussex Senior Cup. I went and watched them the other night, last week, and it was entertaining football. Yes, it's low, very low in the pyramid, but they're back in another final, defending their FA Cup. Well, not FA Cup.
Oh, what face is he in?
Yeah, well, I'd like to know. I don't even know the bloke's name, but I'll tell you what, it was entertaining football. They played Harrow or somebody like that, and they beat them 2-1 right at the death, something like the 93rd minute. But it was a chilly evening, but it was entertaining. It was good, solid football, knocking it around the midfield, some good running. They looked, a couple of lovely goals, and I'd rather watch that, to be honest with you, than watch this dross that we're watching in the Premier League. I mean, that game yesterday, that's got to be the worst. That's got to be the worst Manchester derby I've ever watched in my life. I had it on, thinking, yeah, that'd be a good game, this. I was predicting the Man City would win. And probably start of the second half, I still had it on. I was doing other stuff. I sat here doing other stuff, and I was like, yeah, okay. And let's go and do something else. It was that bad. And Arsenal weren't much better either. Let's put it right. So, no, I'm sorry. I'm fed up with this boring football. And, and before anybody says it, right, when Arsenal played for the 1-0 to the Arsenal, which wasn't actually George Graham saying at all, it was another manager in the 60s, at least George Graham's team played attractive football. It might have not been the best, but they won stuff, and it wasn't exactly ripping teams apart, but they won stuff. But one thing they did have was a solid defence, which was very, very, very difficult to break down. Hence the reason we won trophies and leagues. But we had success with this absolute rubbish. This manager of ours delivers. It's boring, and we don't win anything. So what can you say? What can you say about it? It's that poor.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree, mate. I think it's been us all season from the get-go. We sat there with Matty on the watch-along first day of the season against Wolves, and you said on there, this is going to be exactly like this all season. And here we are, 7th of April, and it's exactly the same. And now they're all out here blaming refs and injuries. Going into the game against Madrid, it's mad.
People are praying for Madrid. I'm praying for this manager to get sacked. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm praying for. Because I'll tell you what, let me go about it this way. Let me talk about the Premier League. That's the easiest thing to do. And 30 years of me watching this, that was some of the most shite football I have ever seen in my life. 0-0. Now, mind you, I've seen some 0-0. I've seen some tight derbies, Manchester United City derbies. But that yesterday was some of the most putrid football I had ever seen. Contrast that with me watching 20 minutes of La Liga with Lee yesterday. 0-0 end to end. 10 men attacking like it's 11 on the pitch. Quality football. Everybody walked away from the game yesterday, the Villarreal game yesterday, and was like, "Oh man, that was a great game of football. 0-0, man. That was ripping." You know, the Premier League has gone soft. It has gone bad. It has gone bad. The milk is stale. The milk is stale, and it has finally come to a head. They have Sky Sports. They have fleeced everybody. They have fleeced your pocketbooks for those who are paying NBC over here. They were killing that game yesterday. They were saying that was some of the worst football they had seen. One announcer said, "We've seen better Manchester City derbies. We've seen better than this." And when you got people saying that, it's time to have a long, hard look in the mirror. Let me put this out there. I don't know if Kenny said it because I was at my front door. The Premier League is not the best league in the world. It is not the best league in the world. And it's time for people to come to that harsh realization. La Liga, if you want to watch good football, you just turn on over. When you get off this, go over there with Lee. Y'all watch the game with Lee. Whatever he's doing today, I guarantee it's going to be better than everything you saw this weekend. The quality of football is 10 times better. And it's just, they're going to have to do something. You've got referees, from the fans to some of the players. You know, the players don't even play like they have pride anymore. The players don't even play like they have pride. Did you see the players in that game? That was a derby, and they were hugging and shaking hands.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Shaking hands. I sat there and looked at the end of the game, and I said, I lit because I was folding clothes. I said, am I looking at this right? This is a Manchester City derby. And they're slapping asses.
You got Luke Shaw cuddling Pep and having a good chinwag with him, chatting away.
Yeah,
all having a laugh and a joke. Do you know why? Because they're all multi-millionaires. They couldn't give a fuck.
The Man United captain walking around, hugging everyone as if they're all going out for a night out after. This is a derby match. Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine the likes of Tony Adams doing that to some of the Spurs fans after a derby? Spurs players after a match.
But guys, though, this is if people just talk about it. What about our North London derby a 3 months ago? That was the biggest lot of crap I've ever seen.
Oh, that was awful.
The atmosphere was a joke. It wouldn't feel like a North London derby. And then you had Brentford playing Chelsea yesterday, West London derby. That didn't feel like a derby. We played Fulham. That was awful. A derby. Arsenal, Chelsea.
Arsenal Spurs this year.
Yeah, Arsenal Spurs. But Arsenal, Chelsea. Remember that game in the 16th? We won the game, but everyone was disgusted with what we watched because it didn't even feel like a derby. And I think that's the problem with football this season. This season, I think last season, it would begin to creep in. But teams were playing with low blocks and they were playing with inverted wingers. And I think the brainchild started, probably 14 years ago when, I think Pochettino came up with these inverted wingers nonsense. And since then, left-footed players are playing on the right-hand side on the right-hand side. And right-footed players are playing the left side, which means no one's crossing the ball no more. Who's crossing the ball?
No one.
I mean,
go on, DJ, go on.
No, I'm saying the only passionate sort of derby, if you can call it a derby, but it's a derby to them, was the Palace and Brighton game.
Yeah.
To them fans, that's a derby. To the outsiders, they can't understand why it's not why it is a derby, but to them, it's real bitter rivalry, and that's the only passionate kind of derby that you see nowadays. Other than that, it's all just run of the mill stuff. It's just all boring.
And as Jazz stated, the Arsenal game wasn't much better. That was actually worse. I actually missed the second half and didn't miss anything.
That was shocking.
It's been so bad all year, and it seems like like the season's been going on for 4 years.
Yeah, I said that yesterday. I'm watching them. I said that. I was like, this has been the longest season ever, mate. It's been like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Oh. It seems like it's just dragging and then you watch us. People were going on about the win against. It's been so bad. I forgot who the hell we played. Who did we play before we played the game this weekend? We played
Fulham. Fuck knows. Fulham. Yeah, Fulham.
See, that's how bad it is. I can't remember the game. Fulham. 50 passes.
Just copy and paste it from the game before. They've all been the same.
Lee, 50 passes for 1 goal. 50 passes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, come on, y'all. Let's be real. This is
Shocking.
it is shocking. It is absolutely shocking.
Yeah, big up Tony Rolf, man. Ain't seen you in my chat for time. Hope you're well, buddy. Big up Rolfie, man. SW6. But yeah, no, Matty, we sat there and you jumped in for 20 minutes to go. How many times did you see a first time cross into the box yesterday?
Every time
20 minutes.
Every time the ball was anywhere near the position it was crossed. Wouldn't even thought about it.
Yeah, and worst ways it was one touch then cross. Yeah, or it was just straight way cross. Yeah, no mucking around. The tempo of that game was crazy as well. But that is pretty standard. The game before that I watched Valladolid versus Getafe. The fucking level of goals in that game was just a joke, man. Yeah, market opportunity, the striker, mate. He's on loan from Villarreal. Yeah, go and get him. Yeah, the one where he slapped it in off the underside of the bar. What a fucking volley, mate. Yeah, it's like this is why I watch this league. You know, people think I'm crazy when I say this is the better league. No, the Prem, it's more intense. It's a better league. Yeah, somebody said to me yesterday in my chat that the intensity in the Prem's better. Are you crazy? You got a load of teams that just fucking walk around the pitch playing sideways football, and you got the other load to just shuffle over to stop them. Yeah, then every now and again you get a break. That's it.
Intensity is when Arsenal was playing Manchester United back when we were all coming up, and it was so tight your hands would sweat because you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know how it was going to. You know, one player affected the game completely. Affected the game. One play. You know, one call, really one call back then would screw you up. Now it's it's a mess. It is absolutely a mess.
But this is what they've invented. They've done it on purpose.
It's by design.
It is by design because I thought it was funny that Gary Neville even mentioned it. Yeah, because he's sitting there. He's been working for Sky Sports for over a decade. Yeah, when he first went on there, he thought, "Oh, this is different." Gary Neville's on Monday Night Football. Yeah, he thought, "Oh, he's really good." Yeah, it's progressively got worse in the decade. Yeah, his commentary, and his analysis of football is exactly how football's gone in England. It's gone from being up here to right down here. Yeah, he's a joke, that geezer.
What did Roy Keane say yesterday?
Oh yeah, I've got the quote. That's funny. What did he call it? What did he call it at half time? What did he say at half time? It was funny. But then at full time, he said this. Yeah, where is it? There we go. The fans are clapping for a draw. That just shows the standard of the football club. And these players have shown the ability to win in big games. Their best philosophy is winning in football. Yeah. He's the only person on that channel that I will listen to. Yeah, the rest of them chat crap. Yeah, half of them are just there to fill up the numbers, make up the numbers. None of them got a clue what they're talking about. I mean, who really wants to tune in to watch Theo Walcott's analysis on football? Or Jamie Redknapp? No, do you know what I mean? Michael Richards is only there for the vibes and the comedy factor on it because he's hilarious. No, do you know what I mean? You're not going to tune in to watch Michael Richards break down the game, are you? Yeah. Then you got the box tickers. You have to throw the odd random woman on there that nobody's ever heard of. Yeah, no, it's true, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, come on, what are we doing here? Yeah. Then they've got then they get Roy Keane in there, and it's like, yeah, cool, happy days. I'll listen to Roy Keane. Then you get Gary Neville come back up from the gantry into the studio. Yeah, chatting shit. Yeah, you got Jamie Carragher chatting shit. Yeah, his breakdown on football is actually pretty good, the way he dissects football, yeah? The tactical side of it. But, like, he just chats shit 90% of the times, I can't lie. Yeah, and then they wheel out Theo Walcott every now and again. It's just crap. Yeah, and the thing is, the amount of money, I was saying this on a stream the other night, the amount of money that has come into English football because of Sky Sports and because of TNT, yeah, they can literally bulldoze every league in the world with money. Yeah, which is why they divvy it up equally. Yeah, because teams like Southampton, who have been another shit show again, 2 relegations in 3 years, how much money have they earned in the last 3 years? Probably more than Barcelona have for winning the league and potentially winning it again. Yeah. So now Southampton can go and pluck players there from mid-table or higher, maybe 3rd down, 4th down in most of these leagues. Yeah, and pay them top dollar. And they're crap. And the thing is, these footballers are mercenaries, so they're just going to go for the highest money. Yeah, they'll just take the biggest wage. Yeah, then the standard gets lower and lower because now somebody like Calafiori, who was on 12 grand a week, is now on 120. What's his incentive? He's caked now. 12 grand a week, he had an incentive to do better. Yeah, now he's on 120, and he's getting that for 4 or 5 years. What's the incentive? He don't need to try harder. Yeah, and this is what they've created. Yeah, and the only way this changes is if the money drops. They do away with fucking half of these shit dead rubber games. Yeah, like make the cup money more competitive. Yeah, so like, yeah, I think if you win the cup double, it's only about 8 million quid you get. Yeah, what they should do is go back to what it was when we were growing up. Winner of the league qualifies for the European Cup. Yeah, and then the FA Cup winner and the League Cup winner, you can put them in Europe as well. Yeah, and then split the prize money. The winner gets the bulk of it, and then split it equally down.
Do you know what, though? The only way, if you cast your mind back, one of the reasons why they brought the 3 points in, because it used to be 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. And the reason why they brought the 3 points in was to add more gloss to the games and make them more exciting so teams went for the bigger points. I could see that happening again. 4 points for a win, 1 for a draw. You'll soon change the attitude of players and managers then. You imagine you get 4 points for a win and you drop 3 points if you draw. Do you know what I mean? It'll just and that's the way it's going to have to go. They're going to have to look at a different because the numbers will drop. People will stop tuning in, and once Sky Sports start doing their annual figures and go, hang on a minute, we're losing views here. We didn't get as many views on that game. Once views start dropping out, that's because they'll have a big say in what goes on in the Premiership and everything else. And once views start dropping out, they'll have to change it. But that's what they've done last time. They brought the 3 points in, didn't they? To try and make it more, You
should get paid off of how many. They should do it off of how many wins you get. Yeah, pay the team on how many wins they get. Watch how quick these fuckers start winning. Watch how quick they start winning.
Yeah, but you know other sports. Sorry, Jess. I think you were about to say something. Oh.
Hey?
I thought you were about to say something.
No, sorry, mate. No, I wasn't. No.
I think in other sports they have bonus points. Like the Six Nations in rugby, they have bonus points for the amount. I think whether it's the amount of tries you score. I think you might have to do that in football as well. You just have bonus points because obviously the rest of the world was quite up with England because England was the only team to have 3 points from 1982 up until about probably like the 21st century. Every team in the world, everything's 3 points. But I remember tournaments whilst we were in 3 points, the other tournaments like the World Cup, the Euros, and the other leagues were still 2 points for a win. And I think maybe you're going to have to look at it that way because at the end of the day, everyone doesn't want to lose. I mean, look at Southampton. They probably got relegated because Russell Martin wanted to play like Pep. Like all the people. It's sad because, Southampton there's no teams that got any identity whatsoever. None of them have an identity. And hence the fact that you're going to be watching a lot of games and then you're going to pick and choose the games you want to watch. Even if your team's playing on TV, you'll do what my brother did. He went, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym today. It's a nice sunny day. And Arsenal were playing.
There's loads of people, I see it in my chat all the time. They go, no, I can't be asked. I've gone out. Yeah, I don't want to watch it. And it's not even just Arsenal. It's loads of teams. People are just bored of watching this crap. Now, and I don't think it's down to how many games there's being played, right, for internationals and all that. Because let's be real. Yeah, if you're a lower down the table team, yeah, your players ain't playing that many games. Yeah, we don't take the cup seriously, so that ain't an excuse. Like, I'm just bored of watching it, mate. It's crap. The product's crap. The marketing on the product is the best. That's the only thing that English football is good at, the marketing of it. They market the hell out of it and make out it's so dramatic and it's this and it's entertaining. They said at half time in that game yesterday, what a great tactical battle that was in the first half.
Well, you know what they do now, right?
Jesus.
They're gonna go to the because the title's decided. We're not doing anything. They get ready to go to the top 4 battle. The team that's in top 4. Oh, here we are, the final weeks to the final.
The top 4 races heating up.
Yeah.
I think it would be actually brilliant if, as DJ said there, I've just been sitting here thinking about this. I think I'm right in saying in rugby, if you score 4 tries, you get the bonus point. I might be wrong. It might be 3, but somebody in the chat will know. But can you imagine if the FA brought that into football, Premier League and the Championship, Division 1, Div 2, and said, right, if you score 4 goals or more, you get a bonus point. That, I tell you, you'll see the intensity of football change then. Because if you could go to a game, you've got 2 teams, let's just say theoretically, Arsenal, Tottenham, North London derby, right? And it's at 3-1 to Arsenal, and they're fighting. They're sitting, they say, 3rd in the league, and they think we've got to get that 4th. We've got to get that 4th goal.
Yeah.
We've got to do it. We've got to get it to get that bonus point. We need that bonus point. I think that'd be fantastic in football.
Yeah.
I think the intensity would go up 100% because the players then and managers are going to have to say, we've got a team here. Any team you want to think of. Let's just say Chelsea got fantastic front 3. They're scoring goals for fun. We've got to do one better than them. God, but I think it'd be amazing. Well done, DJ. Go and propose it.
Do you know what though? I reckon though, if the Premiership, all these other leagues that wanted this Super League, that's what's going to happen eventually. Because if the Premier League's going to turn out dross like that every week, it'll go towards the Super League. So you'll have the Arsenal, Man City, Man United, and all of that join a Super League in with Barcelona, Real Madrid, like they tried before. And people like Gary Neville was knocking it, and there he is on Saturday saying how dross it is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So where are we at here? You know,
and not only that, the biggest teams in the Premier League are the ones that bring in the money. Ain't nobody fucking signing up for Sky Sports to watch Southampton versus Ipswich. No disrespect, but they ain't.
No.
Yeah, nobody's signing up to watch Burnley next season against fucking, I don't know, Brentford. Well, they're not, are they?
Modern football fans as well. Remember, they're the ones. If you think about modern football fans, they're all like the streaming generation. They'll be intimidated by probably older generation in saying it, but deep down, if you put forward the idea of a Super League, and then you saw the best teams in Europe are playing each other every week, they won't come out and say it, but they'll say, yeah, let's have it. And they'll say, well, I don't want to watch these games, because I think Tony made a point about the sort of like the dividing the wealth up equally, and they'll create a socialist system in football. And I think that's what the Premiership was about, as opposed to the Football League in like the 80s, where it was always the big 5: Arsenal, Everton, Liverpool, Man United, and Spurs, and they always got the majority of the money and the majority of the TV money when the old ITV deal. And then Sky said, "Yeah, we're all equal. We're all going to be together." And what's happened is that smaller clubs have made money. And I say it, if anyone makes money in football, you deserve it. But sometimes, man, it's an hard watch when teams like Derby, Southampton, you know what I mean? This Leicester side as well, not pulling their weight.
They ain't scored a goal in 3 months.
I mean, Southampton, come on, getting relegated on the 6th of April. Well, that's not good enough. Come on.
Have they got the lowest amount of points as well, or is that still Derby?
It's like 19.
No, Derby had 9, didn't they?
Yeah,
they've actually got. I think they've actually got relegated quicker than Derby, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they got relegated quicker, but Derby had 9 or 11 or something. 11. There you go. Southampton has 10. Oh, they only got 10 fucking points.
They've only got 10 points.
This
I thought they had 17. Why do I make me think they had 17?
I thought Derby got relegated.
Shit.
15.
How many goals?
Derby got relegated 15 points.
No, it's 11. Lowest ever.
Yeah, Derby had 11. Yeah, Southampton only got 10 points.
How many goals have they scored, Lee? How many goals does Southampton?
They've scored 23 in 31 games. And they've conceded 74.
Ramsdale's had to suffer another relegation, isn't he?
Yeah, it's sick for relegation in his career, by the way.
Hey, fellas, we're not getting no bonuses on that deal.
Nope. He's only kept 2 clean sheets all season.
There was nothing wrong with him. He's a top number 1. You know what I call Ramsdale? I call him the Neil Redfern of goalkeepers. If any of you guys heard of Neil Redfern, the Neil Redfern of goalkeepers.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's mad.
But do you know what? It also makes Arsenal's season worse, doesn't it? Because this has been one of the worst seasons ever. Liverpool ain't really had to get out of second gear to win it. And there was us 2 points behind Man City last season. And we're like, relatively, the season was over in February.
We've dropped points in 14 games this season.
It just makes our season even worse. Because someone's got to win it. No matter how bad the Premiership's been this season, you've still got to take your hats off to Liverpool for winning it, whether they've won the crappiest Premiership ever.
We've done it, haven't we? Against Leicester. When Leicester won, we were the only team to beat Leicester twice.
Yeah.
Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal were all backfiring, misfiring, couldn't get it over the line. And that was that was like 2016. And so it's not the first time this has happened to Arsenal, and yet people are telling me we've improved. Well, how have we improved then? When we've now a bigger points deficit to Liverpool, then we had a bigger points deficit this time. We've got a bigger points deficit now against Liverpool at this time of the season than we did against Man City last season. Work it out.
No, that's crazy.
We've improved. We've improved, have we? Sorry, I think I call that regression. I'm sorry, I can't look at it any other way. The maths tell me.
Yeah, friends of Aaron, by the way, has been relegated in 17-18 with Chesterfield, 18-19 with Wimbledon. Yeah, it's been relegated in 19-20. That's 3 in a row, by the way. Yeah, with Bournemouth. He then got relegated 2021. That's 4 in a row with Sheffield United. He then got relegated in 2022. That's 5 in a row in the Nations League with England. Yeah, and then he stayed up with Arsenal, and then he's got relegated again. He's had 6 relegations in 7 seasons. But don't worry, guys. At least you had a photo with him, his old man in the away end. Do you know what I mean? Get out of here. Let me grab these super chats real quick. Big up Chico, bro. Lee, when are you going to bin this channel off and commit to La Liga? When the other channel hits 100k. Now I can slow down on this one. Also, Matty, what are your thoughts on Duke absolutely collapsing on Saturday versus Houston in the final?
Bro, I have never seen anything like that in all my days of watching basketball. I've seen some capitulations, but that is up there. That's up there with us.
That's like an 8-point lead ball.
Yeah. They were up. What was it? 7 points with 32 seconds left, and they lost by 3.
What?
It's a straight comedy hour.
How is that even possible? That's mad.
Hour, yeah.
Big up to
fan, by the way. So I didn't even bother. One of my other brothers asked me, "Did you talk to Tim?" I said, "Nah, I'm not even going to talk to him this week. I just let him."
Mate, that's how it is with us now. Yeah, I bet none of our pals are messaging us when Arsenal fuck up. They're all bored of taking the piss out of us.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that's a United fan. He stopped calling about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit anymore. It's like, yeah, whatever, just leave them. They know they're fucked. If Arsenal make the final, do you think you'll win it? Big up Tiger Claws. We're not making the final, and if we do, probably not. Probably not. Bro, this guy's been to 1 final in 5 years. We ain't making the final. We ain't getting past Madrid. Let's be real with it. But we'll get to that in a second. Big up, brother. Big up Chico again, bro. Wear your Madrid shirt for the watch-along. That would trigger a lot of people, I can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could get I'll get half and half and sew them together or something. Do you know what I mean? Big up to James Reed as well. Excuse me. Well, I mean, Pep can't be that bad if he created one of the greatest teams in the history of football. And that was amazing to watch. To be fair, I think about 8 of them came through the academy. But
what are you doing, Jim? What do you do at Bayern Munich, Jim? Come on, let me do it at Bayern Munich.
They want him sacked.
How long did it take them to win the Champions League? From his last triumph in 2001, Jimmy, and also Jim. I've got one word for you: the European Cup final 2021. He's lined up against Chelsea, and we'll leave it at that.
Right, James, Just don't ask him about Cesc because you'll really piss him off.
I'll get under the table for that one.
Yeah, that man.
But no, listen, bless up to everyone locked in 900 in here. Now, I'm going live in 40 minutes, about 35 minutes actually, for a watch along. La Liga Dos. That kicks off in 7:30 UK, and then 8 o'clock UK La Liga kickoff as well. So I'll be doing 2 in 1. But make sure you sub to all the lads. The link's pinned in the live as well. But yeah, we need to talk about this Madrid game because there's nothing to talk about in the Everton game really. We mostly did that on the emergency meeting and fan cams anyway. Have you got your crosses ready, lads? Like, you ready? I mean, obviously, DJ Kenny, you'll be there. The atmosphere is going to be lit. They're all gassing it up online now. You know, Real Madrid have posted. Real Madrid account posted out. It's not the official account. Posted out about their players that are out injured or suspended. Yeah, that are starters and this and that. And they're all crying, going, "Oh, Dani Ceballos." Arsenal fans going, "Dani Ceballos ain't a starter." Oh, really? Okay. Dani Ceballos ain't a starter. Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah. And Dani Ceballos, I think, is actually back in training. Yeah. We want to hope. I'm not even taking the piss, lads. Yeah. We want to hope Dani Ceballos don't start that game. Yeah. Because he's been one of their best players this season. Yeah. And he's been out with injury twice. I think he's missed 9 games this time round. Yeah. And they were playing really good football. Well, I say really good. They were playing a lot better than they are without him. Yeah. They had Valverde at right back, because obviously Carvajal was out, and still is. But what are you saying, lads? What are you saying? Because I don't see any way how we get past them, and I don't see us getting anything in either leg. Yeah, I think we're getting beaten 2-0 tomorrow.
I've predicted for tomorrow night a 0-0. That's my prediction, to be honest. And the reason I say that is that I think we're going to be very cagey, and I think they're going to come and be cagey. I can't think of a better way of saying it at the moment, but they could possibly nick it. I'm not convinced with our front line that we're going to score against them at all. I think whoever is in our defence tomorrow night, that's my worry. That is my concern. But I'm trying to be positive and say it's going to be a 0-0. Now, people are going to say, how can you be positive about a 0-0? Well, at least it gives a chance going over to the Bernabeu. That's all I can say, really. But realistically, we could end up losing 2-0. I actually don't see us scoring. I don't.
Same.
I don't see who we can score. But so I'm going to say 0-0. That's a positive. It is a positive. At least we're not going to get piped. But
until we go back to their ground.
Yeah, I don't see any way anyway. So I'm I don't know. You know, very disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the thing how I look at it is if we start with Kivior at the back and they have Mbappe up front, which they're going to have, they've still got Modric in midfield probably, along with Bellingham, Camavinga, Rodrigo. I mean, they've got some really big hitters there. Now, you've got to remember, people are getting excited about Lewis Skelly. Fair enough. He deserves it. But at the end of the day, he's still learning his trade. He's still a very young player.
Yeah.
And when young players go up and down, and when you go out in a game of this magnitude and you're looking in the tunnel of the likes of Modric with all his experience, you know, you're looking at Mbappe and people like that, you're going to get intimidated. I don't care what anyone says. And you're going to start feeling the nerves out there. And when you ain't got Gabriel lined up alongside you, it's a big ask. So when you've got them sort of players, it's vital that we score tomorrow. It's absolutely vital we get the first goal tomorrow. I think the longer the game goes 0-0, I think Madrid will grow in confidence. I think they'll suss out our weaknesses very, very quickly. And I fear that if Madrid score first, you could be looking at 2 or 3-0. you could be looking at a bit of a landslide if Madrid score first. If we score first, it might change things a little bit, but we've got to score that first goal. I think if Madrid score, they'll relax, they'll get in their rhythm, and I think it could end up 2 or 3-0, and the tie could be relatively over before we even get to the Bernabeu. I think it's a worry. You've got to remember Saka again. He's back, but he's not fully fit. He's not had a lot of games going into this. He's not had a lot of games under his belt going into this tie. And you need, against Madrid, you know, no matter how many goals they're conceding, and people say, oh, yeah, but they've conceded loads of goals. What you've got to remember is this trophy is their baby. This is what they live for. They win the Spanish League, they win Spanish Cups. But there'd been all of them to win this competition. This is the competition they win. It's what their fans expect to win. It's what the manager expects to win. And it's what these players, when they sign on that dotted line, they know they're signing for that Champions League victory. You'll see a completely different Real Madrid tomorrow. Absolutely completed Real Madrid. And what annoys me with a lot of the fan base is that they completely disrespect the teams like Real Madrid and teams like that. Just because they're not as potent in their own domestic league. They've got this thing now, oh, it's all right, they're conceding goals, so I think we'll go. No. Real Madrid are going to turn up tomorrow night. We've got an inexperience in big games in Lewis Skelly. And don't tell me about, oh, but he played for England. Look who he was playing against. Come on. This is a massive game for that young kid. Then if he starts with Kivior, and then you've got Saka coming back from injury that's not fully fit, so he's not going to be on all guns blazing tomorrow. You're not going to see the Saka yet. It's going to take him at least 3 or 4 or 5 games, even into next season. You might not even see him come to the head until next season. And then, on top of that, we haven't got a striker. We have not got a striker. We've got a smash and grab striker. Marino, okay, you can't knock him. He scored some goals. But come on. I mean, you know, you got to be full strength. You got to be full strength. And, yeah. So, we'll see. I think, as I said, you know, I think the first goal is going to be really important. I think if Madrid win it, if Madrid score, I can't see us getting back into it. I can see them going to score another 2 or another 2. So I reckon I'm going to predict 2-1, 3-1 Madrid tomorrow.
That's not being positive.
I want to be positive, Jez. I really want to be positive.
You need to get back in church and pray a bit more, mate. Come on, what are we doing here?
I really want to be positive. I really want to be positive, but I'm just being honest. I'm being honest, guys. From what I've seen all season in big games, from what I saw at the Newcastle. I mean, I watched Carabao Cup in the semi-final. Newcastle. Yeah. This ain't Newcastle. This is Real Madrid. So we'll see. We'll see.
What about you, Kenny? What do you think, mate? I'm going to go bathroom quickly, but I'll be listening, mate.
Hey, this is a game of evils, is what I call it. There's about 4 evils. And hear me out what I mean by the 4 evils. You got 2 evils. It's like, take your pick who's going to play along Saliba, because they're going to be both evils. Kivior speaks for himself as an evil. He's going to, in terms of, can you imagine Kivior against Mbappe? Oh, and Bellingham making those runs. It don't look good, does it? Then you've got Benjamin White. The last time Benjamin White played in centre half, we established he's not a very good centre half. So that's another evil. So you're basically going to say to Benjamin White, oh yeah, play the left side, he's centre half. You can't do it. That's another evil. The other evil, sad to say, is Saka. Sorry, but I haven't seen any, and it's understandable. I haven't seen anything in any of the games that he's played that he's going to do anything in against Real Madrid. Fulham, he scored a goal. Respect to that. It was all, you know, like I said, it was an individual piece of opportunities and basically a tapping. He scored his goal against Everton, and it's no criticism because it's understandable. In the first half, when Saka and Martinelli were on the bench, we actually played better in the first half because we were stretching Everton with the pace. And I know you slag off Sterling, but watch the game again. How Everton couldn't cope with the pace and movement of Trossard and Sterling, and they couldn't cope with Wanyeri dropping into space, no-go areas where defences got dragged out. So we should have been 3 or 4 up. The minute he took off Wanyeri and Sterling, the pace went out of the team. The reason why the pace went out of the team because Bukayo Saka wasn't doing Bukayo Saka things. Yeah, he had a few set pieces here and there, but he's not 100% fit. So the pace dropped. Hence the fact the quality of our play dropped. Not because of Saka, it's because basically because there was no pace to get him behind Everton. Everton were comfortable, and then it was a case where they could, with confidence, try and change the game, try and hit us on the break, which they did, which led to their goals. And looked at the mistakes that led up to the goals. These are just facts. So that's another evil, and I think the fourth evil is probably a blessing really. Lewis Skelly for 80 minutes is going to be a blessing. The last 10 minutes when he loses a bit of fitness, loses a bit of concentration, that becomes another evil because we saw it again against Everton, and we saw where, let's face it, knowing Lewis Skelly, the little we know Lewis Skelly, you'll have to say only he knows whether he brought down Harrison in the box. You can have as many angles as you want, but only 2 players know what really happens. And the referee decided that it was a penalty to Everton. But you're thinking about Fulham, the goal against Fulham last week, and a chance they had afterwards. That's another evil. So that's why I look at the 4 evils which can hurt us. I personally think that Real Madrid, it'll be 1-1, and then it's probably going to be 2-0 next week. So they'll probably beat us, 3-1 in aggregate. But these are things that really, really worry me. But the most worrying thing is our defence, because I do think that without Gabriel, it's hard to predict or show any positivity because Benjamin White can't play left centre back, and Kivior looked good in the second half against Everton. In fact, I thought he did really well. But Everton's Everton and Real Madrid are Real Madrid.
Fact to me.
For me, it's quite simple. Going into the weekend, I was actually thinking we might probably get a draw, but after Real Madrid lost on this past weekend, I said, nah, they rarely lose back-to-back games, so they're probably going to win tomorrow. But I have to go with 2-1. I believe Saka might score a goal tomorrow. Ethan, whichever one starts. My issues are the same as Kenny. Everybody's talking about Ben White. Ben White still, he still got to get up to speed, and he's going to really be up to speed against Real Madrid tomorrow. You've got Skelly, who has an issue here with defending one-on-ones, recovering rather, with defending, and that's expected. He's young. As I stated this past weekend, every frailty that this team has will be exploited. Will be exploited tomorrow. Every single one. We watched Everton. We watched Beto, 2 or 3 chances there in that game. We watched Everton. Lee, 1-2 pass, 3 pass, 1 over the top. That's going to be there tomorrow. We're going to see that tomorrow in waves. In waves tomorrow. And so this is where, when we sat here early this year, midway through this year, through the windows, and we told everybody we don't have enough to get over the line. This is where you're going to see it tomorrow. Regardless of how bad they play in La Liga. La Liga is a different, the fact that they're second place in La Liga, considering how competitive it is, should let you know how tough it's going to be tomorrow. And even if when we go to the Bernabeu, this game is going to really, really, wake some people up. Some people don't get their feelings hurt tomorrow.
Mm.
They're going to be shocked. It's going to be shocking.
Mate, sorry to cut in, mate. Yeah. We've all watched Real Madrid our entire lives do what they do. And people have got the audacity to cuss them off and go, "Oh, we're better than them. We're this, we're that." Well, based on what? Based on what? We see every single year Vinny Jr. rock up in this tournament. Yeah, we see every single year Real Madrid pretty much win it. We see every single year them stink the fucking gaff out and get over the line somehow, get away with it. And this is what I'm saying. Sorry, mate, I'll let you carry on. When we all watched the final last year against Dortmund, and I know it was a final, I see it also in the round of 16 with Leipzig. Leipzig should have been 3-0 up at their ground. Yeah, every time Openda, Sesko, and Xavi Simons went clean through, they shit the bed. Yeah, they were clean through, gone. Yeah. Real Madrid won that and got through to the quarters and ended up winning it. When they got to the final, Dortmund should have been 4 up at half time. Why didn't they? Oh, it's Real Madrid. They shit the bed. When you get a chance against this, you have to score. Yeah, because they're mad clinical. Yeah, especially that front three. Sorry, mate.
No, it's all good, bro. They're just, we're not going to be able to have 5, 6, 7 shots on goal and not score anything. They're not going to be able to have you give them 3 chances and watch what's going to happen. You give Mbappe 3 chances on goal and watch what happens. You give Jude 3 chances on goal and watch what happens. You give Rodrigo 3 chances on goal and watch what happens. You know, we have every frailty that we've seen. We've seen every time we come into these type games. We JB hit it up earlier. Newcastle, we saw him pop up. Played Newcastle again. Saw what happened. These are the same issues. These are issues that are baked into this team that are not coming out. There has to be a complete rework, and we don't have enough time in the next 24 hours to fix it. So, all I can say is, I would love to get a win tomorrow. I would love, to be able to go say we're going to the Bernabeu. We can snatch something. People keep going on. I've seen 2 or 3 people mention this weekend. Well, 2005.
It's fucking jokers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Thierry Henry in our fucking team that year.
Yeah, I was like, look, we had world-class players in the team.
Where's our Cesc Fabregas? We better not mention him. Where's yeah, we have proper players in that team. Yeah, like
Odegaard.
Yeah, now we've got Odegaard now. Like, and this is the thing. Kenny, you made a great point a minute ago, yeah, about composure. Yeah, not switching off, right? And this is the thing, yeah. If either of our fullbacks get booked in the first 25 minutes of that game, yeah, they target that side. Yeah, and I think they're going to sit back. Ancelotti said in his press conference, you'll see a different game against Arsenal. Yeah, he said they're gonna attack, meaning Arsenal are going to attack them. Yeah, he goes, you're going to see a different game. He's going to do a mid to low block. He's not stupid. Yeah, and he's going to have fucking them free. Tracking back a little bit, back counter attack, Valverde or Modric spinning the ball over the top, Jude box crashing. Yeah, and let's not forget, they're a threat on corners as well. Yeah, Rudiger will be coming up for corners. Yeah, he scored a cracking header against Sociedad the other day off a corner. Yeah, they've got quality all over the pitch. Yeah, they've got injuries, cool. I don't hear their fans crying about it. Why? Because they built a squad capable of dealing with them.
You let Raya pull that stuff he's been pulling the last 3 games.
Mate, Modric halfway line, boom. Matt, we see it against Girona with the other goalkeeper, Neto. We see it against Newcastle when Gordon nearly dinked Raya from 30 yards out. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, if he starts playing this fucking sweeper keeper on the halfway line, you best believe at some point they're going to have a go at goal. Yeah, in one of the 2 legs. And then when we go to that Bernabeu, that's going to be the biggest game in the biggest stadium some of these players have ever played in. Right? And they're going to walk out there, and some of them that played in the Allianz last year, they froze in that game. They shit themselves. What are they going to do when they go out here then? What are they going to do? This is the European champions 15 times. They got fucking more champs than we got titles. Yeah? And now they're going to walk out there like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, Skelly, Ethan, biggest game they're ever playing so far. Yeah, Calafiori, biggest game he's ever played in so far. If he plays, I don't think he's going to be. He might not be back by then. Yeah, Timber, possibly the biggest game he's played in, although he has won a title, I think. So that season, but yeah, Odegaard. Yeah, he's won a Copa del Rey final. Yeah, but He's actually played at that stadium. He's actually played for them.
So he's the most experienced player we got then.
In terms of, well, Mikel Merino's played against them as well, isn't he? And Thomas Partey.
I'm taking the piss, mate. I'm taking the piss.
No. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Yeah, and the way they play, yeah, people get so conned by style of play. Yeah, we all want to watch great football. Matty, we were gassed last night watching that. Yeah, right. But at the end of the day, they're not there to entertain you, Real Madrid. They're there to win the trophy, mate. Who gives a fuck? If they don't win it, he'll probably get sacked. That's how it works. You know, you don't win, you're off. Yeah, if they don't win the league, right, let's say they end up with a Copa del Rey. So they've been to 4 finals now. They lost to Barca. They've won 2. Yeah, and then the Copa del Rey final against Barca again, funny enough. If they beat Barcelona but don't win that league or that Champions League, he'll be gone. Yeah, and he would have won 3 trophies if he wins that Copa del Rey in one season. 5 last year, and I think 2 or 3 the year before. He's the most decorated manager in their history already. And they'll get rid of him at the end of the year. Yeah, what we'll do is go, oh, Champions League campaign to be proud of. No shame in losing to Madrid. They're the best team in the world. That's after our fans have spent all week, yeah, or all weekend and today, yeah, slagging off Real Madrid. All their players, their manager, and the style of play. Make your minds up.
And then they'll launch kit number 30, merchandise launch 33 for the year. We'll get that this week.
I'm surprised they haven't wheeled out the shush from Thierry Henry on the t-shirt yet. What's the marketing team doing? They should have been wheeling out fucking throwback Thierry Henry shushing at the Bernabeu. They should have wheeled that out last week or when the draw was done. That's what I mean. People would have bought it.
We're saving it for after we get put out.
Yeah. Maybe. Big up LJ, man. Has anyone forgotten? Has everyone, forgotten that what Rijkaard did for Barca? Yep, I think they have, bro.
Oh, 100% they have. He won a Champions League, beat us in the final, and he won leagues as well before Pep.
Yeah,
it's like Mancini and Pellegrini won the league before Pep got there. Before there was Kevin De Bruyne, there was Yaya Toure. People were saying that Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best midfielders in the Premiership. Well, sorry, I think Yaya Toure is a better footballer than him. And
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Because Yaya Toure went from playing sweeper all the way through the midfield. He got 20 goals in one season as a midfielder. I've never seen De Bruyne do that.
You couldn't fucking stop him either, man. As soon as he got going, it was like he got quicker the further he run.
Machine.
Yaya Toure's levels above Kevin De Bruyne. Put that in the onion.
What about David Silva, Kenny? David
Silva's an absolute baller of a footballer.
You reckon he's better than him?
Yeah.
Let me ask you about
Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes, yeah, that's a good one. Paul Scholes.
Yes.
Gerrard?
De Bruyne's better. Sorry.
Lampard?
De Bruyne's better, sorry.
Cesc? Well, we know the answers to that. I shouldn't have asked him that.
You don't look on his face just here.
He looks like he wants to punch me through the screen.
Never heard of him. Never heard of Cesc.
Just on a Frank Lampard. 211 goals he scored for Chelsea in all comps. That's some strike rate for a midfielder.
He's their all-time top scorer.
Yeah,
that's
Lampard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, people don't realise. I was having this chat the other day. Like, I get clips up everywhere. You know, all over TikTok. It's all over it because I named 20 midfielders better than KDB that have played in the Prem. Everyone's lost their shit over it.
Everyone's gone mental.
Wait, people don't realise how good fucking Bex was. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get it, bro.
You had to be there.
But with De Bruyne, he falls into this sort of like modern era of football fan, doesn't he? He falls into that sort of category, doesn't he? Your Lampards and all that are a kind of, like I say, how football used to be played kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's all like recency bias as well. I see some clips doing the rounds of Gary Neville, Micah Richards. Can't remember the bird's name that was on Sky yesterday. And Roy Keane, they said, "Oh, he's in," and then Jamie Carragher said as well. Jamie Carragher actually said, "Other than Thierry Henry, is the best foreign import." Are you fucking tapped? What about Bergkamp and Zola and Cantona?
Yeah, I was just thinking Cantona. He's at the game.
What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here?
How can you not put Cantona and how can you not put on Bergkamp and Cantona and players like that above him? Come on,
It's a good, but this is the thing, lads. Yeah. when I say this and when we say that, people have begun, you've got an agenda. Why do you hate on Kate? No, I actually think he's quality. Well, was quality. He's falling off a cliff now because his legs have gone. Yeah, he was quality and he was world class in this era. But he ain't a better footballer than them.
No.
Yeah, but this era, they didn't see them, so this is the best. Yeah.
Like most things, mate. Yeah. They've not seen.
Yeah, Lettice was miles better than KDB. Miles better. Lettice was fucking unreal, mate.
Yeah, Lettice.
Yeah.
Yeah, CR7's played in this league. Is he now English then, Jamie? Like, do you know what I mean? Best foreign import, and he didn't even put CR7. He said he's the second best foreign import after Omri.
Yeah, but Jamie Carragher gets biased. Jamie Carragher, you can tell, for a guy who watches wall-to-wall football, he's clearly the equivalent of someone who reads the book but just looks at the photos. It's true, because he's so biased with his comments.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, it's mad. It's actually crazy. Yeah, Eden Hazard. Yeah, Gareth Bale, you could class him. He's Welsh. Well, that's in English football, isn't it? Aguero, Suarez. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, these are all players that are better players than him that have come into this league. JJ Okocha as well. See, that's what I'm saying. Do you reckon he's better, Kenny?
James Cross has got more natural footballing ability than he has. That's just
so that's what I rate a player on. Like,
and the thing is, if you put JJ Kocher in those
and
teams,
how you drag your team, like he's dragged his team, KDB, of course he has, but at the same time, footballing ability, he's nowhere fucking near these players.
If you put JJ Kocher in a machine, JJ Kocher will have probably more numbers, better numbers than KDB. Don't mean KDB is a fantastic footballer. He was a good player for his country as well. But when I hear about the greatest Premiership midfielders or Man City's greatest players, and I don't hear Yaya Touré's name. If I was Yaya Touré, I'd be scratching my head off. I was thinking, you know what? I actually think it must have been a lot. There must have been some sort of a lockdown when Yaya Touré played for Man City. You think about all the biggest moments of Man City's history before, Joey Guardiola went there. Yaya Touré was at the centre of all of them, and Aguero. And then Joey comes along with his stupid bald head, and they all forget about Aguero and Yaya Touré. Oh, sorry, it says you're bald. Sorry, I didn't mean like that.
So me and DJ are catching him up as well.
Yeah. You ain't watching Arsenal, I'm telling you. Did you see the? I noticed Berta was over at the training ground having a little look around. Yeah.
Anyone who ain't seen it, he's walking around in a suit. Yeah, arms folded, just having a little walkabout, just having a little look, seeing what's going on. Yeah, is this how they train? Is it right? We need an upgrade on that fucker.
Yeah.
We need an upgrade on that.
There you go, Lee. That's
so casual, wasn't it? It was like, I'm here.
Yeah, it was just a little, I'm just here. I'm just having a little walkabout, just hanging out in the background. Yeah, he needs to fuck off. Right, we'll get rid of him in the summer. Yeah, he's on too much money. We'll bin him. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. Yeah.
The manager did not mention him again today.
Did he not mention? I ain't seen his press conference.
So
two pressers since he's been announced, and in fact, actually the ones after the games as well.
Yeah, nothing.
Wow, not one mention.
He is there. I'm telling you, he is there, and he is.
Yeah, of course they have. Don't mention him. Yeah,
100% they've been briefed.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, he's been seen, and he is there, and he is looking around. He got the same memo we got. Four players suffering from grade 3 hamstring. Okay, well, we need to find out what's going on over at training. Let's go take a look and see what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah, he was at the game. He was at the game this weekend, sitting in the stands again. He's definitely going to be there tomorrow night. We know he's going to be there tomorrow night.
Yeah, he's been to the 2 games since he's been announced.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That's a fine.
That's the music Arteta hears when he thinks about Berta.
Yeah. It's Andrea Berta, mate. He's got my number.
that little midget, Nicholas Jova. You know they have his mural. If you come into the bowels of the stadium, who knows? They might have one for Berta.
Yeah.
Berta, he was standing there today.
That was an interesting. That was interesting because you can see now that he's really focused on reporting back to the owners what's going on here. He's definitely looking around and he's thinking, hang on a minute, that's not right. This ain't right.
They say, what's his
He's
name?
making all notes.
They said Jokeris' agent's supposed to be at the game tomorrow.
The old chestnut.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And it'll be very interesting if he's sitting next to Bert. I'm gonna be in stitches tomorrow.
That would be funny. That would be funny. I can't lie. But yeah, he's coming to do the business, mate. He's coming to clean this shit up. Jez, you couldn't believe the wage bill, could you? I was showing Jez the wage bill, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he didn't see their wage bill is outrageous, man.
And what they were on before they signed. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah, before they signed. That's what blows your mind is what you see what they were paid. Then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, out of thin air, they getting paid 150, 200,000 pounds a week.
No, that's crazy. Listen, we are going to wrap up in a sec because I'm watching them. But any final thoughts, lads?
Well, let's hope we get a win tomorrow night. But I'm not confident, I have to be honest. But I'll always try and pray.
Yeah.
That we get
I'm gonna hope for a win. I'm gonna pray for a win, but I think the first goal is really going to be important tomorrow. I think if we score it, we might come away with something. If they score it, I think it could be and then we've got to come out and attack to get that goal back. That's when it could be curtains, I'm afraid. So I think first goal is important, and I hope we get it.
Could be a shit show, couldn't it, as well? It could literally capitulate. Could be a 3-0 game done.
Yeah.
Yeah, then what? Then the season is over. Or it could be we're coming out of there 2-0 up, going, fucking hell, just park the bus, take the whole fleet of buses.
Yeah.
Take the jumbo jet, park that in front of the goal.
But with this manager, mate, we could be 2-0 up going into the Bernabeu and lose 4 or 5-2. So, you just don't know, do you?
This is the thing there. They can turn it on whenever they want, mate. Yeah, I see them. I don't know if you see it, DJ and lads here. Matty, I know you watched it.
Yeah.
The Sociedad game when they were losing the other day in the cup. They were losing. They were getting knocked out and they conceded 4 at home, right? But they were losing. And Vinny Jr. had been playing 60 minutes at that point. He was dropping a stinker, mate. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, it's like somebody put him on charge, plugged him in. He just went fucking crazy. Yeah, just doing rainbow flicks over the players' heads, like fucking nutmegs around the corner. Fucking, it was like at any point they can just turn it on. Yeah, and he's been shit all season, by the way. He's been absolutely crap. Yeah, you watch him cook tomorrow.
That's
the one thing I hope is that Timber plays at right back. I don't want to see him at centre back because if he's at right back, I'll be more confident he can lock Vinny up.
Yeah, no, it's the quality they got. But I mean, the thing is, even if Real Madrid get beat 1-0 tomorrow night, which would be brilliant, they won't panic.
No. They've been
Real Madrid won't panic. They'll take that as a victory, coming away with a 1-0 loss, going to Bernabeu. We have to go in there with 2 clear goals.
We have to also take into account as well, the players that are on a yellow card, because
Rice,
Rice is 1 away from suspension for the second leg. So if he gets booked tomorrow, Urian Timber and Gabriel Martinelli are as well. They get booked tomorrow. They're out the second leg. Yeah, they're players. They've got. Sorry, mate. 1 sec. They've got Vinny Jr.'s 1 away. Yeah, then they've got Luka Modric 1 away. Endrick, Rudiger. That'd be massive if they miss him. Camavinga and Vasquez. They probably all hope he gets booked. So yeah, if Vinny gets booked, the only way Vinny gets booked is by giving it all out to the ref. Yeah, because he won't get booked for tackling and all that shit.
I hope they got Vinny on the penalties for Real Madrid.
Oh mate, did you see his penalty the other day against Valencia? Yeah. I don't know why Mbappe's not taking penalties for them. He scored 3 in a World Cup final.
I know, crazy.
Right, and you're getting Vinny on them.
Hey, it's a thing called contracts. League contracts.
Yeah, true. Although, to be fair, Mbappe's taken a few this year. I think Mbappe missed one the other week.
Well, he missed one against Liverpool, didn't he?
Was it Liverpool? Yeah, I think it was Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've missed quite a few penalties this season. Just get Jude Bellingham, slap them in, bruv. But yeah, they've got quite a few players that are one yellow away from missing the second leg. So, although to be fair, Endrick could be sat on the bench anyway. If Vinny does get a yellow and get suspended, They'll put Rodrigo on the left in the second leg, and Mbappe stay down the middle, and they'll put Brahim Diaz on the right. Fucking tough life and hard life, isn't it? We're sitting there going, fucking hell, well, let's hope Saka's hamstring stays intact. Otherwise, we're fucked. Anyway, let me go through super chats before we wrap, yeah? Lads, lasses, slap the likes up. 964 still inside. Pinned comment in the live from Static is the lads' channels. Big up Andy Hart, 41 months. Bless up to you, my guy. Arsenal need to have at least a 2-goal advantage to take to Madrid. At least. It's not happening, mate. We all know what's going to happen. This manager schooled him with fucking Everton, mate. What's he going to do with Madrid? Do you know what I mean? You know, I know we've got a better team now, but they got a better fucking team than Everton had. You know what I'm saying? No, it's true, isn't it? We all know what's going to happen. Let's not kid ourselves. Brian Robson, Glenn Oddle, better than KDB. There you go. There you go. Facts.
Hoddle.
My old man says Hoddle was fucking insane, mate.
What a player.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Robson as well.
Robson was crazy.
Mm.
He was crazy but Glenn Oddle played as though he was playing in fluffy slippers. That's how much. That's how much skill he had. He made sure he had so much time on the ball, and his accuracy, his passing, the goals he scored were just out of this world.
My dad said that he was similar to Michel Platini.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Was he that good? Was he that style? Because like obviously I've seen the clips and all that, but obviously I didn't watch it.
But I think there was Hoddle was bloody hell. His free kicks, his volleys, he could pass, and he had 2 good feet as well. You didn't know whether he was right-footed or left-footed.
When you think of the players Spurs have had over the years, they've had some ballers over the years. I can't believe the trophies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've David Ginola, Modric, Bale,
Gaza,
Klinsmann, Van der Vaart.
Yeah,
they always played with that push and run style from
Dembele, Moussa Dembele. Fucking, he was a player.
Yeah, Spurs
Ericsson.
Fans, yeah, they always have to play attractive football at Tottenham because that's what they brought up, the push and run style of the 50s. And then obviously, like when they won the league in the double 60-61, some people probably say that's probably one of the best sides of all time, one of the best of all time to win that accolade of double.
And fucking Aussie Ardiles as well.
Yeah,
Ricky Villa didn't they?
In that team.
Lineker. Oh yeah, but fucking Berbatov as well. Look at the fucking players they've had.
They've had some ballers. I'll tell you, Spurs have had some players over the years.
You mentioned Chris Waddle.
Who? Chris Waddle.
Waddle.
Yeah. Dele Alli when he was there was fucking sick. I don't know what's ever happened to him, mate.
But Spursy, Spursy will always be Spursy no matter what team they've got. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Kane as well. Brilliant footballer. 4 career choices.
Say no more.
Aaron Lennon, yeah, would be one of the best wingers in the world right now if he was playing. And he was shit back in that era because, well, he weren't shit, but the level was so high, he looked shit.
They came back to make the right career choice now.
He's there about 7 points clear, isn't he? Or 8 points clear with 8 to go.
He's getting close.
Watch him fucking bottle it. Watch him bottle it.
How many actual ballers are in the Premier League now? I mean, we've just reeled off the Spurs ballers. I mean, but how many actual ballers are playing in the Premiership right now?
There isn't one. There isn't one.
Savio.
But what I'm saying is there used to be like every team had them, didn't every team had sort of like
2 or 3.
Yeah, Rance was talking about this on Friday.
Even Southampton had Matt Letizia.
Yeah, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, look at the team Middlesbrough had.
Yeah. Janino.
Yeah. Ravanelli.
Yeah, Ravanelli, yeah.
Even Chelsea back before Abramovich had fucking what's his name? Fucking Rudulit.
Blackburn.
Yeah, Viali.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Zola, yeah. Fucking proper players.
Look at the teams now. It's like, it's crazy.
McAllister's a sick footballer. I do like McAllister. I think he's Liverpool's best player. Yeah, the Canio at West Ham. Fucking
remember Swansea?
Yeah, Canio.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, look at all these players. It was crazy. Yeah, Portsmouth, Nico Cranshaw and that. And fucking Yakubu was a menace, bro. That guy he was hard work. Yeah, even Leeds had fucking a sick team back in the day.
What's my boy Lee? My boy.
Men are getting excited. Yeah, men are getting excited over.
What's his fucking name?
Adrian
Mutu.
Yeah, Mutu. Yeah,
Adrian Mutu. He still owes Chelsea 16 million quid. He keeps making out his skin. It keeps going to court every year. He just says, I ain't got no money, mate. They fucking love him in Romania, I swear. Anyway, we're going to have to wrap, lads. I've got to watch them today. Big up Danny for the super sticker. Man, drop the duffel bag. Bless up to you, my guy. I appreciate it, Danny. Well done for winning another title, mate. Well done, Danny. Appreciate it, man. Big up the Egyptian Red as well. Most people don't understand that the issues you guys have with Arsenal are the same ones people had in the last years of Terry Neal and Bruce Rioch.
True.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Quality comment. Yeah. Quality comment, man. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate the super chat, man. And big up to SG. Last one. People are forgetting Pep failed to win the champs with Bayern that won a treble with Heinkes. Yeah, it was Rijkaard who promoted Messi and Iniesta to the first team and won the Champions League with Eto'o and Ronaldinho. People forget this stuff, mate. It's all recency bias.
I'll rest my case.
There you go.
Recency bias. Yeah, and I'm not being funny. Yeah, I think afterwards, Luis Enrique won all fucking 6 trophies, didn't he? As soon as Pep left, he won all 6. He won everything.
He cleaned
I
up.
think
I'll tell you something right now. Sorry, Jez. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, they could do another fucking 6. Yeah, with the manager they got now. Yeah, because they've already won 1. They can win the Copa del Rey. They can win the Champions League. They can win the league, which qualifies them for 2 more. So they could do the 6 again. And he would have done 2. He'd done 1 at Bayern. He's on for a 6 here. Go on, Jez. Sorry, mate.
No, I was just going to say in reply to the comment about Terry Neal and Bruce Rioch, let's not forget, Terry Neal was Arsenal's youngest ever manager, and he got us to 4 consecutive finals.
Say that one more time, Jez. Say that one more time for the people.
Well, he was the youngest Arsenal manager, and he got us to 4 consecutive finals, one of which was a European final, Cup Winners' Cup. So he wasn't all that bad. We just didn't have. We lost players. Let's get it right. After we beat Man United 3-2, we lost players. Frank Stapleton, Kenny, you know what I'm saying, and we lost Liam Brady, and we didn't invest. That's a similarity. But
was he the best-looking manager, Jez? On that bombshell,
mate. I'm not a gay. I'm sorry.
Why are you gay?
Kenny, don't forget, just to so you can sleep at night, so you can sleep tonight. Pep could still win the FA Cup this season.
Yeah,
they'll probably have a parade for that as well. Because it's Pep.
No, did you hear what he said in his press conference here the other day? He said, even if we win the FA Cup, it's not been a good season.
No.
If that's us, we're fucking lording it up for the next 5 years, saying trust the process.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't win much these days, mate. We might as well have a parade.
I mean, we finish second and we don't do anything else. They're gonna be lauding up that Community Shield again. They're gonna be talking about Super Cup.
Yeah, well, we got to the quarterfinals. There's no shame losing to Madrid. Got to the semis of the League Cup. Yeah, second in the league, decimated by injuries, robbed by PGMOL every week. Yeah, that's what they do. Let's go again. He needs his striker. Round and round we go.
And the other narrative would be the other manager can. Sorry, Jez. The other thing they'll say.
Another 2.5 years or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some you boys, DJ, Kenny, you're all some dopehead that was saying that give him another 2.5 years. You're on Bob's channel.
Oh, you're on about Christian?
No, and the other one. It was the other chat.
A gal?
The other chat. No, it wasn't a gal. It was another one. You were on Deluded Gooners show.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
you know what? You know those things. You know those things that you go in denial about. Yeah, I denied that. I admit I was on most of the show, but when those 2 came on, I deny everything. I deny my presence. It wasn't me.
And I was doing a shaggy. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm right there.
What you got coming up on your channel, Jez? A shout out, man. Bless up always, mate.
Well, I'm going to be watching the game tomorrow night. Fan cams and all that after. Then Thursday, 6 o'clock, with Lee and DJ Kenny. Matty, if you want to join that one, you're more than welcome, my friend. We're going to do our worst ever.
Yeah, I got the worst.
Worst ever Arsenal squad. Our worst ever Arsenal squad.
I thought we already done that. We just did the 11.
Yeah, I've got to work Thursday.
Are we narrowing it down to the 11?
What we did last week was our worst Arsenal players ever. But we did
that's true, yeah.
We did do a squad.
Lee won't put Pascal Sigan in there. He definitely won't put Sigan in there.
No. He's invincible, mate.
I've already got my goalie. I've already got George Wood in goal.
Not Ronison?
Nah, George Wood. George Wood's got goal.
Hey, mate, this game in 3 or 4 minutes gone there, 4 minutes 30. He's already got better fucking than the game we watched yesterday. Yeah, the Man United game. Both teams are having a go.
Tick-a-tacker.
Yeah. This is the second division of Spain.
Yeah, not surprised.
Anyway, go on, Jezza. We will be there. Arsenal history and more. DJ, what you got coming up, mate?
Well, obviously, game tomorrow, which would be a big one. I've got Aaron tonight. I'm on with Aaron tonight on our Monday show at 8:30. So big up, Aaron. And we'll see how it goes from there. I'm a bit like Jez, really. I'm following his footsteps a little bit. I'm a sort of a what do you call it? A podcast whore or something, Jez? You called it?
Arsenal the history whore.
Yeah, I'm sort of here, there, and everywhere. So yeah,
I spend more time on other people's channels. I do my own. To be honest, I've got to switch that about a bit because people are saying, "Jez, you've got to do more content," which is fair enough. I get that.
So I'll be here. I mean, if Dan does something on Wednesday, I'll probably no doubt be with Dan on Wednesday. And go from there, my guys. Go from there. All good.
There we go. Kenny, what you got coming up, mate? Appreciate it as well.
Well, I'm obviously at the match tomorrow, and I beseech every Arsenal fan to, like I said, get there early, enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah.
On a serious level, I think the atmosphere of the ground since the Man United game has been woeful. The atmosphere has been absolutely terrible. No passion, nothing, and morale's really low. So get there tomorrow. No doubt, we're going to have things on our seats. Maybe little flags, maybe little, one red, one white, and each seat. And so I'm looking forward to it. And obviously, I'm with Jez on Thursday. Obviously, got fan camps tomorrow, and that's about it, really. I think I've got something with Aaron this week. I think Aaron mentioned something about doing something this week.
10 o'clock Thursday, I think.
Yeah, I think we've got something with Aaron Thursday as well. Yeah.
That's right. We've got some with Aaron as well. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, and obviously, if that Dan hasn't mentioned it, but I'm sure there's going to be an appearance with all of us, with me on there. No doubt, Igal's going to be wheeled in. If we win, well, I'll let Igal be Igal because, like I said, I want to beat Real Madrid a lot badly.
Yeah.
There we go. Matty, always a pleasure, mate. What you got coming up, man?
Tomorrow we'll be watching the game. Fan cams.
Get the popcorn out.
Yep, emergency meeting tomorrow night. And then Thursday, Jez, I've got to work, but I think I might be back a little bit after you start. So I'll try to hop on with you all. And then I think I've got Aaron.
I'll send you the link, mate. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Then that's it. Then, of course, this weekend I got Diluted going on Sunday. But then we've got the game on Saturday as well. So that's it.
Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm going to get on this watch along. This game is end to end. Elche versus Racing. Racing are 23rd in the league. I'm not quite sure why they're attacking because if Elche win, they go top. So I'm not quite sure why they're attacking. Just accept your fate, lads. Yeah, one's playing in green, one's playing in green and white. Make that make sense. On a green pitch with a green stadium.
Nice.
I hate the green kits and that.
Green should be banned. That might be on board. They also have VAR in the second division. Oh no, it weren't. They VAR'd it. No penalty, guys. Just like that. Anyway, after that, in about 20 odd minutes, the La Liga game kicks off. So I'll be doing a dual watch along.
Wow.
Leganes versus Osasuna. After that, I think I'm done. I don't think I've got anything else going on tonight. So that's a result. And then tomorrow, I need to.
Get yourself slapped up to tomorrow.
Get some rest for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm on with Rants, 2:00. And yeah, man. And then it's pray for Madrid. Bless up to everyone locked in. And make sure if you are coming over to the watch along, smash the likes up when you get there. I've just seen the first nutmeg in the game. Oh, there's another one. 2 in a row. And he won a foul. Anyway, I'm going. Bless up to the chaps. Bless up to the chat. Big up to everyone. Like, shared, commented, subbed, super chatted. And I'll be there in 90 seconds for the watch along, guys. We're out.
Big up, guys.
In
Stay safe, guys. All the best.
Pray for Madrid.
Come on, you gunners.